Today is a very, very special day. Today we have with us Pranavi, a youngster, young Buddha. She started her meditation journey at young age and then, started reading books and how she got benefit and what kind of wisdom she's gonna share with us. It is all upon her. But I'm so grateful for today because every time I see some young master is coming and sharing their experience, right? That is where the biggest transformation is happening, my dear friends. So many of us, we think that we have to start meditation when we find any trouble in our life or in seeking any healing in our life. And some people they find meditation that we have to do it after 50 years or 60 years. For some people they even wait till they are 70 and 80. So here is a small experience from my side. So I went to India after learning meditation. I really loved it, and I thought, okay, I'll share this to my mama, grandma, and request her to start meditation. So I was sharing all the information that please practice Aji, you will enjoy, and all those things. And as I was sharing, she was 80 years old. She said, "Oh, I'm not that old, beta, to practice meditation." That's what she said. So some people even they wait 80 years or like maybe they will wait for next lifetime, but who knows, my dear friends. But the early you can catch the train and your journey will be amazing. And every day we are learning some other new topics. And today we will listen from Pranavi and what she got for all of us. And let us begin. So.
Hello everyone, I'm Pranavi. I'm currently 18 years old. I'm in college right now and I'm studying computer science. So, I just want to talk about my personal journey first and how I got into meditation and how it truly changed my life and mindset. So, the first thing that happened to me when I was 14, my father passed away. And then we slowly, like, obviously, we had to go through like a very hard time. And then my mom found meditation videos online. So through PMC channels and everything, she found videos and she started meditating. So essentially, I didn't know how to meditate or what we were doing at that point. But then she started meditating and then she got me into it also. So she told me, you have to do this. This is the only way that we are getting out of this. So then at that age of 14, I started meditating to actually see what this is about. And the way meditation changed me was obviously it gave me peace, it gave me a sense of direction in life. But the number one way that it changed me is through helping me shift my mindset completely. So the first thing that, like, honestly, the best benefit that I saw out of meditation was how quickly I was able to shift from negative thoughts to positive thoughts, leading to positive outcomes in my life. So, the first point is just the awareness of thoughts. So, every day, most people go through life thinking in a negative mindset. Since essentially I was at that point. So I used to think, okay, nothing is working out for me. Why do I have to go through these situations? What is happening in my life? Why, like, I used to compare myself to others as well. I used to be like, well, they're living happily. Why can't I be that happy? And essentially, after I started meditating, I realized that all those negative thoughts that I was having, that, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not lucky enough, or any of these thoughts, essentially, they're just thoughts. At the end of the day, they're just thoughts. And the more I thought about it, the more they became mental habits. So, like everything that we've been conditioned when we were children, like they're always leading us to think in a negative self concept about ourselves. Essentially, that, like, if you break something or if you do something wrong, they're like, oh, you're not good enough to do that. Why are you doing this? You're just a bad person. That's how the society has framed us. However, once you start understanding how to shift these thoughts, you realize that every negative thought that comes out of any action that you do. So let's say you just lost your job and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not fit enough for this. Essentially, you realize that I'm not fit enough for this is just a thought. And the way you understand is that through, like, you understand that through awareness of thoughts. So anything that comes to your mind, it's just a thought. It doesn't affect you in any way possible unless you keep feeding it more and more thoughts. And meditation helped me in that way. It allowed me to just realize, oh, that every thought must pass by. If you give it more energy, it will come into your life. If you don't give it energy, if you just say, okay, it's just a thought, I'm letting it go, then your mindset will shift from negative to positive. And the second benefit that I found was through the calmness of my mind. Obviously, every day I used to live life in such stress and anxiety. However, meditation was like it was like another whole peaceful world for me. It was where I was there, just emptying my mind, just clearing all my thoughts, and just entering this beautiful state of peace. So essentially, like my best experience that I had was just I was super burnt out one day and I just sat there in meditation. I just closed my eyes, just observed my breath until all my thoughts cleared up. And that's when I felt this bliss where I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything. I was in this world, but I just didn't feel like I was in this body. So I felt the state of just being the soul, just being detached to everything in this life. So that's how it calmed my mind, meditation. And the third thing it helped me do was just reframing my thoughts. Like I said before, I used to have many negative thoughts, but meditation just helped me reframe my thoughts. So if I were to say like, let's say you want to buy something really, maybe it could be expensive, and you just look over there. There's two kinds of people in this situation. There's one with a positive, abundant mindset, and there's one with a negative mindset. Essentially, what most of the population is, they're in the negative mindset, they're in the deficit mindset. So if they see something that they want to buy or like really like, they look at it and they're like, oh, I can never afford that. That's just too expensive. I can't afford that. That's what the negative mindset would think. However, the positive mindset, they would just reframe it. Instead of simply like instead of looking at it and saying I can't afford that, they would say, how can I afford this? And I will get it. So they would think on how they can afford it. And they would also think that they're capable of anything because the whole universe exists within them. So they just look at it and they're like, okay, I like it, I will get it because the universe will provide me with it. So essentially, that's the shift. Everything you see, you should see through a positive lens. So if you're about to have a negative thought saying like, I can't, just don't finish the sentence. Just stop at the I can and then just complete it with a positive phrase. So instead of saying, I can't afford that, say, I can afford this. I can buy this. I will do this. Just that simple phrasing, like the way you change and don't complete the negative sentences, that's going to shift your entire mindset. And whatever you say, whatever words that you put out into the universe, everything is a vibration. So every word that you say is like it's a like vibration. So it will come into your life. And the more you say it, the more you're attracting it. And even your thoughts are like that. So just reframing that thoughts, reframing those tiny sentences, even though they might not seem like anything, they're having a big effect on your life. So just reframing into a positive mindset will essentially change your entire life and your outcomes in life. And it will actually give you and provide you with so many opportunities in life. And the last point that I've gained is showing gratitude, essentially. Every day, just sit there, calm mind, just show gratitude for what you have in life. So that's this is how I used to wake up. I used to wake up thinking about all the stress and worries in my life. But that never took me anywhere. That never gave me anything to like any cause to go on in life. But just reframing into showing gratitude, waking up with gratitude, with positive thoughts, it changed my entire perspective in life. So I used to wake up, I used to just say 5 things that I'm grateful for. I still say that. So I'm every day, I wake up, I'm like, I'm so happy and grateful for this. Everything that comes to my mind, for 10, 15 minutes, I just say, I'm happy and grateful for everything in life. And universe loves people who show gratitude. It's just like people. If you do a favor for another person, you obviously anyone would expect a thank you. If they didn't say thank you, how would you feel? Just you'd be like, okay, I've done this for them, but well, there's no appreciation. I just don't feel like I should do this for them. But if they said that even tiny word, thank you, no matter how much hard work you do, you're just so happy that you are being appreciated and recognized for your effort. And the universe works the same way. So essentially, whatever you do, be thankful to the universe, and the universe will give you more. That's the law of life. That's the law of universe. That's the law of everything. Just showing gratitude in whatever actions you do, and pretty much that's how you change your mindset. So let me just give like a brief recap of all the points. First thing, being aware of your thoughts. Every time you have a negative thought about yourself, just think that it's a thought. It's a thought and let it go. If you feed that thought, it could give you the results that you don't want. But if it's a positive thought, then entertain the positive thoughts. Just ignore the negative thoughts, entertain the positive ones. The second thing is just calming your mind. There is no better answer in life, or the answer to any question comes when you are in a calm state, when you are in a relaxed state. If you're in a chaotic state, even if you get the answer, you won't be able to recognize it. So the second point is just calming your mind. The third point is reframing your thoughts. If you're having a negative one, just reframe it into a positive one. Do not ever finish the negative sentence. Just stop it at the I can do this. I can afford this. I can buy this. I can do anything. Our bodies, our minds, everything, we're all given equal birthrights. We're all given everything equally. But why is one person like so abundant and so happy while the other person is so depressed? Everything just happens through our thoughts. So, third thing is reframing our thoughts into a positive ones. And last thing is just showing gratitude and spreading that positive energy and love to everyone around you. So, just every day when you wake up, just show your gratitude towards the universe, towards the people around you. Even just say thank you or just compliment everyone around you and just see how that shifts their energy. So, those are the four main things that I found that personally changed my life through meditation, as well as my mindset and my outlook towards life. And yeah, thank you.
Okay, come here. So, talk about any books that inspired you, and did you start your reading journey? Like, as we are learning, now meditation and reading books and Sajjana Sangatya will help. So, have you ever practiced reading any books or anything? So, please
Yes.
share.
So, when I started meditation, I didn't just do meditation and like without gaining the knowledge. Obviously, before starting meditation, I read the Bhagavad Gita and I read the Bible after that also. So essentially, the main books that I started my journey with was the Four Agreements. That book has these four laws, which are really, they're the like, they change your life. I would recommend everyone read that book, The Four Agreements. So it's essentially saying how impeccable you must be with your word. That's the first agreement. So every word that comes out of you can be a like a good positive vibration or a negative vibration. So if you just go up to someone and say you're useless or something, then they might actually feel that they're useless. And human mind, we always replay things in our head over and over again. So they're constantly thinking of that, and whatever they think about, they become and they attract. So your words have the effect to change people's lives. So that's one of the main things I learned, to be so impeccable with my word. And I only say it if it's positive. If it's negative or if it's about to hurt someone, just don't say it at all. Because if you hurt someone, that negative energy will also come to you. And you don't want any of that. So essentially, every time, just try to compliment people, try to show gratitude, try to say positive things all the time. And there's also three more agreements in that book, but I recommend you read that book and learn more about it. And another book that I read was Think and Grow Rich. That one is really about cultivating an abundant mindset. And obviously, like how I said, reframing those thoughts, that one really helped me do that, as well as The Power of Our Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. That one was an amazing book too. Essentially, I will put all these books in the chat too, but those books helped me, like, more than meditation. I was doing meditation, but meditation helped me understand the deep contents of those books. So if I just read them with a chaotic mind, I wouldn't be able to absorb anything. But when I read them in a calm mind, in a calm state, that's when I understand everything. And it, like, with that energy that am vibrating in, those books just increase our energy. So meditation and reading books and applying those changes by shifting our mindset is essentially what changed my entire life, I would say.
Wonderful, Pranavi.
Mhm.
And many of parents think that, um, beginning meditation or teaching meditation to youngsters is challenging. They may not
Mhm.
listen. So, what is your recommendation? How you want the parents to approach the youngsters to start this journey early?
Okay. So that's that's really what everyone needs right now. First thing I would say is, if the kids are young, if they're around 5 years old or 6 years old, I think it's just best for the parents to set a role example. So whatever our parents do, instead of them just telling us, we follow what they actually do. So when I was little, when I was like 7 years old, I used to have like severe anger issues. I used to get angry at everything and everyone. And my mom used to tell me, just go sit and meditate. You need to calm down. But she never meditated back then. So I was like, I just used to close my eyes for 1 second. I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I just used to come out. So, more than just forcing them or telling them to meditate, I think it's best if we set an example. Like, as parents, parents must set an example for their children. So, if you're meditating all the time and you keep telling them the benefits of meditation and how it changes your life, and telling your experiences to the kids more than forcing them to meditate, I think sharing that really helps them come into meditation.
So basically, you are saying that parents must practice meditation every day and
Yes.
share their experience rather than, like,
Rather than just
forcing them.
forcing the
So
kid.
share the experiences with them, share the knowledge and wisdom, and then slowly they will see the
Yes.
change and they will come.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And what made you to read Bhagavad Gita and Bible?
So Bhagavad Gita, I read, like, I had this urge to read it even since I was like 10 years old. I just used to ask my mom, I'm like, I want to read that book. Please put me in classes or something, or just do anything. Because I went to one Bhagavad Gita session at my one of my neighbor's house, and I was always had that curiosity in me to read it. And essentially, I kept asking my mom, but she didn't join me in any classes. So I started reading on my own. So up till 6 chapters, I used to go on YouTube and just listen to all the shlokas and what the meanings were. I kind of understood it, but when I was 13, I officially joined like a meditation class that my uncle was teaching, and that's where I learned Bhagavad Gita or meditation in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, and what about Bible?
Bible I read after reading all these books.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just wanted to like explore. There's always one concept in every religion that they emphasize on. And I really wanted to find out what it was that they were emphasizing on in Christianity as well. Because essentially those are all the rules and all like the laws of the universe. So I just wanted to explore that side as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what about Quran?
Quran, I haven't read that.
You haven't
Mhm.
read that.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely she's a old soul, my dear friends. Oh my God, look at that. 10 years, 10 years kid wants to practice learning about Bhagavad Gita, and she has urge. And her mom was not, did not join her in the class. She was going and finding sessions and classes in YouTube, and that itself says. And in life we complain about so much, my dear friends. Either we do not have anything, or I was not able to successful in the job, or I was not able to successful as a parent, or my kids are like this, like that, and whether all those things we will complain in front of Pranavi, what she had gone through, whatever you have complaints, right? Just zero, my dear friends, just zero. And she lost her father when you were 14.
When I was 14.
She lost her father when she was 14, and she's the only child, and only left by her mom and herself, and it was all of a sudden happened. And then just being there for each other and coming back in a very big time is really really commendable, my dear friends. And I truly appreciate and my deepest gratitude to her mother for introducing meditation to this wonderful master, because of course, her mother had gone through so much. And then the moment she found the meditation, she realized it is healing me. And she also realized that this healing is very important for her daughter. Okay, so whatever she had gone through, because she knows that if she cannot heal now, though she is coming out of from that grief, she knows that it is going to affect her in future journey. Like maybe like as she said, right, comparing or anything, right? But she decided to practice by herself first, and then look at that, by looking at her mother, she got inspired. Okay, my mother is telling so many times, not only telling, but she's practicing. Let me practice it too. And today she's sitting and talking her experiences and sharing with audience is really really amazing, my dear friends. And we have so many beautiful people like that around us. We have to just listen to them, and when you listen to them, then you will figure it out, like how beautiful life is, how wonderful we are living in. And the way what she said is express gratitude every day, expressing gratitude. She had biggest lost, and then now she's expressing gratitude for everything, including that situation, because that situation made her mom and herself so strong. And when I met these two wonderful masters, my dear friend, then I thought, okay, meditation can do any type of magic. Only thing is we have to sit and practice. And Pranavi, thank you so much for coming
Thank
today
you.
and sharing your experience with all of us. And we will open the stage for all of you to come and say a few words, or if you have learned something or whatever it is, keep it very short and sweet and share your thoughts, and then we'll go into meditation, my dear friends. Let me see if you can. Unmute yourself. Yes, you can unmute yourself, or else you can raise your hand. We will. Um,
I'm Josna.
Hi,
Uh,
Jyoshna.
when you were sharing about your father passing away and your mother actually became an inspirational force actually in your life, I was just reflecting on my own life. When I was 7, I lost my mother actually, and I wished that I had a role model like your mother that who inspired you because I have learned quite a few things actually in a kind of hard way after I grew up. Uh, but I think my teenage years, my growing up years, uh, was not that great. Um, but today I am grateful that gratitude I agree with that. Today I'm grateful that I had some people in my life who really loved me a great deal, and otherwise maybe the situation could have been worse. So they took care of me and they loved me, and but unfortunately I did not have that awareness when I was growing up. It came later. So but still it's never late to learn, um, to meditate, and get that healing energy. And I just have to say that it is just wonderful just seeing you at such a young age, um, going through all this, which you are learning at a later age. But thank you so much. We are very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's never too late to start meditating, and I'm so happy to hear your experience as well. And obviously, even though you didn't have this obviously source of meditation at a young age, I'm so glad that you were able to find this. Like it's
Yes,
never too late. Yeah.
yes. Never too late to learn. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mhm. Thanks.
Wonderful, wonderful, Joshna ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody else, friends, want to share?
Hey,
Yes.
hi Pranavi.
Hi.
Thank you so much, dear, for sharing your story. It's so inspiring. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Amrita. Yes. Anybody else, friends? Yes, Chitra.
Hi Pranavi, this is Momita's mom. I
Oh,
hope.
hi.
Yeah, so proud to hear. I'm so proud, Pranavi, the way you shared your experiences and the points you made us to always think. Uh, those are all really good. At this age, I'm trying to follow that, but you're just like my daughter. You're already following it. Make me so happy. I wish my daughter also would follow you.
I'm getting her into meditation. Don't worry.
I'm glad if you do that.
Mhm.
But thank you so much, Pranavi, for sharing all.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you. Thank you, Chitra.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing. Yes, Rekha. Yeah, she's sending you love, sharing thoughts, and she's blessing. But that's wonderful. Anybody else, friends? We'll take two more experiences, and then we can go into meditation. Okay, so if you do not have any sharing, then we will go into meditation, my dear friends. Today is a very special day, and sitting here next to Pranavi and sharing the stage and um, just meditating with her is so much joy. So we will all go into meditation. Okay, friends, what an amazing l- sharing by Pranavi. So let's settle down and sit comfortably, hands into hands, fingers into fingers. Gently close your eyes and be with your breath. Relax yourself, my dear friends. If meditation can help Pranavi and her mom, it can help anyone. All we need to do is adapt that practice. Put serious and sincere effort towards our practice and continue our journey. Relax your head. Relax your forehead, all the facial muscles. Relax your neck, throat. Relax your shoulders, left and right. Let them roll down. No need to carry any stress or any responsibility at this time. Relax. Relax your hands, palms, fingers. Relax your chest, stomach, your back, upper back, lower back, spine. Relax, my dear friends. Relax your legs, thighs, knees, lower legs, feet and toes. Completely relax, my dear friends. Our body is in a beautiful relaxed state. Let's all go into meditation by observing our normal, natural, easy breath. Remember one thing, we are sitting in meditation and our practice is to be and become one with your breath. Remember, whenever you are lost in thoughts, gently bring your attention back to your breath. I'll be sharing beautiful music and we are all going to deep meditation, my dear friends.